come hell or high water, we are gonna get something finished and cute. I'm sick. Can you even take UV print paint off of objects when you're done printing it? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. For today's project, I'm actually kind of nervous because I fall in love with a platter that I found over at the thrift store. That being said, the first thing that I would like to cover before we go any further is that if you print directly onto a plate like this, directly onto it, if your food is going to touch it, that means it's not food grade safe. Today, I'm going to do a little experiment. I don't want to ruin my platter, but I knew when I had seen it at the thrift store that it needed some type of decoration. It wasn't cheap, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to print on the back side, directly onto the back side, making it to where I can still actually utilize the platter for food, but still have really cool decorations here in the middle. Do you think that this is going to turn out? I did test and see. I actually bought the platter, came home, and then put it on my flatbed just to see if it would actually fit, and it does. So it should fit. It's gonna fit. Whether or not I mess up my platter and we get this all wonky and not in the right, area, I don't know. I'm nervous about that, So anyways, this is definitely going to be the largest project that I have ever printed with my EufyMake UV printer. Before we get started, do you think that this is going to be a DIY success or a DIY fail? We'll have to tell you though, the EufyMake UV printer has never done me dirty. Do you think today's gonna be the day? I'm sure hoping it's not because, like I said, this thing wasn't cheap, but it's also so beautiful that I would hate to have this a ruined piece. But let's get started. Okay, so before we actually do any type of printing on this thing, what I wanna do is prep my surface or my substrate. I only want to print on this circle thing that's right here and nothing that comes down here. The reason for that is this actually sloped. This is a sloped platter. The EufyMake will always do its like lasering, leveling at the highest point. Okay, so it's gonna be the highest point here. This is the lowest point, and it's quite a bit of a drop between the highest point and the lowest point. The EufyMake UV printer could probably print all the way over here, but what happens is if I were to do like any type of lettering or anything like that, it will start to get blurry as it goes and falls down here because the Eufy printer isn't going to move the head like this and then come up and then go back down to make sure that it covers these slopey areas. So I'm only going to print right here. This circle is actually 8 inches, a little over 8 inches. But what I'm going to do so I don't have any type of overspray around here is I'm just going to use some painter's tape and I'm going to prep my surface by just covering the stuff that I don't want. The area I don't want printed, I am going to put some tape over it. I do believe that doing it like this is definitely going to help make it to where it's going to be a crispy, good, finished product. And then we won't have any overspray and things that will look a little funny. I envision this is going to be a little bit of decoration for my house, but then also as a usable platter for when I have guests over. And so I want to be proud of the work that I have being either 1, displayed on my house, or 2, when I have company over. You know that Lego video that I did with you previously, kind of the same type of concept of why we are just taping off the areas we don't want to see ink, just so we have really nice prints and then you don't have anything flowing off to the side. Now that we have our surface prepped, I'm not going to go all the way over to the outer edge because it's going to be unnecessary. My print is only going to be somewhere close to here, okay? Now the next thing that I'm going to do just to make sure that we have my print centered onto this, I don't necessarily want to trust the laser with this. The reason for that is because it's so dang tall that I think that we might have some type of issues with the alignment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a Sharpie. This is going to be something that is going to be washed off eventually. And the inner circle part of this is going to be 8 inches. So I'm just going to do a dot here at 4 and then another dot on the other side at 4. So this should wipe right off, just like that. Now when we turn this around, it's going to, it might be hard to see, but there's like a dot right there. When we turn it around, you're gonna be able to see that dot as well. So when we print on this, we're gonna set up our design and we're gonna make sure that our dots align. we'll get into that design process here in a second. Okay, now what we want to do at this point is we need to get an adhesion prep pad. And the reason for that is we are going to be printing directly on glass, and this is probably going to get washed. You want to make sure that your item is going to hold up. So we have some adhesion prep pads. Some say for glass and ceramic, some say for acrylic, but they're both the same. Just grab one. You could, if you don't have these adhesion prep pads, they come directly from EufyMake. You could also just use like really strong alcohol. I believe that you can get really strong alcohol at like Costco. But what you want to do is just prep your surface. So I'm going to rub all the way around. After you prep your surface with the stuff, don't touch it with your hands because you don't want to put your skin oils back onto. Whew, but it does stink. Everyone asks me, like, does the UV ink and the EufyMake UV printer stinks? And I'm like, nope, not really. The adhesion prep pads are the stinkiest. But we're just gonna rub this around. Whoo-wee. All right, now that we have that, what we're gonna do is take this over to the EufyMake UV printer and put it into the bed. All right, so over here, I am going to take out my golf balls and jigs and my small mini flatbed. Push down the back hatch. And all you have to do is insert your little thing, and then you want to make sure and lock it into place. Perfect. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to set this into my bed, kind of sort of like that, okay? Now what we need to do is design what it is that we're going to design to put onto our plate. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, before we head over into the EufyMake UV printer software, what I am going to do is start my project over on Inkscape. This is what my final project is going to end up looking like, but before we do anything more, I want to show you how I got here, okay? Because if you're new to Inkscape, Inkscape is a 100% free program. I absolutely love it. It's free. I've been using it for like 9 years. It's a really long time I've been using it, and I absolutely love the program because it's free and I can do everything with it, especially when I build EufyMake UV printer and laser files. Having this software to build both of those out, I feel is way easier than using any other type of software. So first things first, what you have to do is determine what type of background you want to use. If you were using something like me and we wanted to do this like meadow thing, all you would need to do is find a PNG file or a JPEG, whatever it is that you want. I found these over on Creative Fabrica, and all you would need to do is find whatever it is that you want to use and then drag and drop it into Inkscape. This box is going to pop up. In all the years that I've actually used this program, I've never pressed anything, so I always press OK. Now for me, what I did was I went and measured that little circle and I determined that it was 8 inches. If you're going to be using something else or a different thing, measure it, okay? And then you want to resize it to the size that you need. So, 8 inches for me. Then what you want to do is you're going to come over here to this circle shape, and you're just going to create a shape. It can be any size because you're going to have to resize it. Now, if you were doing a square or a rectangle, something that is like this, it's already a rectangle or a square. So essentially, if you had like a 9x5, what you could do is just resize it to 9x5, or if you wanted to do it the way I'm doing it, you would just insert a rectangle, any size rectangle, because we're going to resize it. And then you want to click out of it using this arrow tool. Okay, so we have this right here. If you wanted this to be, let's say 7x8, okay, you would want to unlock this and do 7 inches wide by 8 inches tall. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because it won't get distorted. If you were to take this and resize this like 7 inches by 8 inches, the image kind of gets a little distorted. Now, obviously it didn't distort it too bad, but if you wanted it to be like 5 inches, do you see how now it's like really distorted? So that's something to think about. Maybe why you would want to insert a shape. I'm going to delete this shape for now because you get the picture. Just resize your shape that you've chosen to the size that you need. This one right here, I'm going to need an 8-inch circle. So 8 inches by 8 inches. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both pieces, this circle and also my background of my choice. I'm going to select both. And then you can come over here into relative to, and you can change it to like last selected if you wanted to, or you can just keep it to page. What happens is now everything is gonna get centered onto my page. And my page is that white rectangle that's right there, okay? When you have your circle or whatever shape that you're using centered into your background, what you would wanna do is selecting both. You're gonna come up here into Object. You're not gonna be able to see it, but it's gonna say Inkscape, File, Edit, View, Layer, Object, Path, Text, Filters, Extensions, and Help. You're gonna go to Object. You're gonna go to Clip, and then Set Clip. There you go. You have a circle of whatever it is that you're trying to print on. Now, if you wanted to go a step further and do some personalizations, I am gonna do a personalization on mine just because, again, I want it to like staying in my house, make it like a piece of art, or if people are actually, you know, if I'm using it, you know, for guests, they're gonna know that it's my plate. So what I'm gonna do is come over here into this text box and I'm gonna add in a text, clicking wherever, it doesn't really matter, and put whatever name you want. So I'm gonna use my last name because that's what I'm using. Once you're done doing that, you can press the arrow tool. I'm just gonna drag this over here. Now at this point, if you want to recolor your font, what you would do is come over here into fill the bottom left corner and click on that. This box is going to pop up. You can either choose your color through here. If you knew your RGBA codes, you could do it here. Or what I did is I came over here into the dropper tool and I just found a color that I wanted to use for my font. So like for the one on the right, the one I'm gonna end up using, I ended up going down here to this like darker blue. But you could choose whatever color looks well and matches with your design. Now you can see over here on the right, I have a bit of a shadow, okay? Now before we move on to the next step, what I want you to do is be committed to whatever it is that you have on your screen. Make sure that everything is spelt correctly, that your lettering is what it is, or anything else like that. The reason for that is once we move forward, there's no way to edit the text. The text is no longer an editable text. It's just a clip art at that point, an SVG file, if you will. And so you'll have to go all the way back to inserting the text box and doing all those things. Ooh, I forgot to tell you, if you're new and you wanted to edit your text, you can come over here and at the very top, you can change your text over, or you can come over here to this T and then you can click your text, whatever it is that you want, and then just press apply. See, I knew I was missing something for you. Once you choose your font and then also your color, make sure that what you have on your screen is exactly what you want, okay? I like this. What you wanna do is press Command-Shift-C, which is taking your path and creating it as an object, okay? Because before it was an editable text box. We don't want it to be that anymore. We want it to be an object, something that you could cut if you were doing this on your laser cutter. If you did not want to do your keyboard shortcuts, what you could do is come up here into Path, which is right next to Object at the very top of your screen, and do Object to Path. Now to get that shadow, what you want to do is with this thing, with your name or whatever it is that you put on there on your screen, you want to do Command-D, which is duplicate. It will look like nothing happened. I promise you it did. If you don't want to do your keyboard shortcuts, right-clicking and pressing duplicate would get you the same exactly where I'm at, okay? Now at this point with that shadow, what you want to do is Command, Shift, and 0, which is, did you see how it just went up a little bit? We went, let's do 9, and then 0. Do you see how it just went a little bit thicker? Okay, if you don't want to do your keyboard shortcuts, you could go up into Path, and then you would want to do the outset, offset, same thing, okay? Now at this point, what I want you to do is with this one that we just clicked that offset button one time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it to a different color just for right now. And then I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to put my layer back one step. Do you see how now you can see reveal that yellow Falco name? Perfect. And then you can see like the tiniest bit of dark gray that's behind there. That's perfect. Now what you want to do is keep making a larger offset until you get to what you want. So then you would press Command, Shift, and 0 again. Not doing your keyboard shortcuts, you would go up there into Path, and then you would just keep going and going until you get however size offset you want. When you're done, if you want to, you can change your color. Doing that again, you would come over here into Fill, this box is going to pop up. Same thing. We could choose a color up here. You can do your RGB codes down here, or you could take this little dropper tool and you can find a color that you want to blend it in. So just like that. Now, if you decide that your offset is a little bit too large, what you can do is by clicking on it, you could go backwards, Command, Shift, and 9. And then we're gonna go back down the other way. All right. Now at this point, we are done skis. That's it. Now, if you wanted to make sure that nothing got resized, you could do the whole resizing thing. It's what I did over when I created my jig for the EufyMake UV printer using the Inkscape software. What you would want to do is you want to come up here into File and then Document Properties. And you want to make sure and create your document the size of what the EufyMake UV printer flatbed is. If you're using the large one, put the large ones in here. If you're using the small one, put the small one in there. I'm not concerned about it because I know this is an 8-inch square. So once I get over to the EufyMake software, I'm just going to resize it to 8 inches over there. I'm not too worried about the resizing thing today, just because I'm not going to be printing multiple. I'm just going to be printing one, and I'm still hoping it ends up turning out really well. I don't know. All right. So I have 2 on my page. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select the one that I want to use, which is this over here on the right, and I'm going to come over here into Export. If you don't have this, you can come up here into File and then just press Export, and then this box will pop up. I'm going to come over here into Selection. You could do Page if you wanted to, if you had this completely sized appropriately for the EufyMake thing. I don't. Remember, I'm just going to select what I want and press the selection. I'm going to set my DPIs over into 300 because I want a really good, crispy, high quality print. And I'm going to make sure that it's set to PNG. And I'm going to open up this little file. I'm going to send this to my downloads file, and I am going to redo this name to glass platter print. Then what we're going to do is just press save. It should already automatically drop into my downloads folder. Now we get to do the fun part, or the scariest part, and that is going to the EufyMake UV printer. I'm so nervous. You want to open up a new canvas. I already have one already opened up. I'm going to switch over to a standard flatbed, and then we are going to press Snapshot. And that thing right there is going to take a live snapshot of what is inside the EufyMake UV printer. And I just want you to know my anxiety just kicked in. I really don't want this platter to be ruined. I need to trust the process and make sure and know that, like, the Eufy has never done me dirty. It never has. Why am I so nervous? It's probably because I'm in love with this plate. And I don't like ruining projects. That's truly what it is. Oh, the one thing that I forgot to do. The whole point of why we put that dang circle in there. I'm gonna come over here into my finished design, and I am going to add in a random circle. I know, it doesn't make much sense. I'm gonna turn it black, and I'm gonna use my little arrow tool. At this point, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna make this like 0.2 inches by 0.2 inches, okay? All right, I'm gonna take my circle, I'm gonna press Shift on my keyboard and click on my finished big circle that I have. And I'm going to align this 2 circles together. So remember that little black circle that I put on that plate? This black circle is going to lay right on top of that other black circle. Hopefully, fingers crossed. All right, let's go over to the EufyMake UV printer. Oh, see that little black circle right there? We're gonna align those 2 little babies together. I probably need to make my other circle a little bit smaller. So the center of my plate is going to be right there in between the A and the L, kind of sort of right there. Okay, going over into the EufyMake Studio software, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag and drop my PNG file into the EufyMake Studio software. And then remember I said it was going to get resized, so I have to figure out what 8 inches in millimeters is. Nothing makes me feel dumber than when I have to figure this out. It's going to be 203.2 millimeters. And then I'm going to drag this to the center. Okay, I am going to drop the opacity down just so I can see a little bit. You want to make sure that if you do drop the opacity down that you bump it up because otherwise that you won't get a print. Oh, hold on. I'm printing this backwards. Nope, 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 nope. I am printing this backwards. I am printing it with the color first and then the white. So actually, let's erase that. Go back into Inkscape, okay? What we want to do is we want to mirror. So we are gonna take everything and we are gonna mirror this to look like that, because the color is gonna get printed first and then the white on top. I'm gonna trust that process. That's what my brain is telling me and that's what needs to happen. Okay, I am going to make this an even smaller of a circle. I'm really concerned about it looking good. No, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay. So I'm gonna select everything but that black circle. So unclick that black circle. We're gonna do export again, and I am going to export this again. I'm gonna replace my other download because it needs to be backwards. All right, at the EufyMake software, we are going to drag and drop the new PNG file. Yes, okay, this is going to be 203.2 millimeters. All right, now we're gonna put this right here. Oh, that black circle is right there. Do you see that black circle? It printed. I need to make sure it's not on there. All right, I'm just gonna delete it. Holy cannoli. Export, replace, make sure that goes here. And we are gonna go here, 203. Okay, this one, we're gonna do 203.2. And I'm just going to align these together. And I'm going to delete that layer. Okay, okay. We should be good. I know it looks like it's gonna hang off here and here. I'm gonna trust my dot. I'm gonna trust my dot. My dot is not gonna tell me wrong. That's what I'm gonna trust, okay? I'm gonna trust that. So we are gonna go into material and we are gonna go wood, acrylic, metal, drawing board, plastic, ceramic. Well, nothing says glass. I'm gonna go ceramic because that thing, remember this right here said glass and ceramic, right? Yeah, glass and ceramic. So I'm hoping that that's a really good setting. Okay, I want to do standard. I'm gonna do high quality because I want this to look so good. Coming down here to global ink mode, I am going to do CMYK first and then white. I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach. CMYK, thinking about this. I'm overthinking at this point. If we do CMYK first, because we're planning on the bottom, if we do CMYK first, we'll be able to see it. And that way it will read, it will be legible, okay? Trusting the process. All right, we're just gonna press print. We are gonna hope to goodness that this ends up turning out, because otherwise I don't know how to take this paint off. Can you even take UV print paint off of objects when you're done printing? Can you? I don't know. We're pressing print. What's happening right now is they are the software is sending over, it's like beaming the software over there, Bluetooth, whatever. You can kind of hear, I don't know if you can, but the the fans start to pick up and stuff like that. I don't know how long this is going to take. It's fairly large and we're doing high quality. So as far as print settings go, the quality settings, standard setting, if you're gonna print anything, just print on standard. I would never suggest draft. I've printed draft one time and did not like it. I just threw the thing away. At the very least, every print should be printed on standard, but you could do high quality, which is I'm doing. Higher quality prints takes longer. Okay, this entire print is only going to take 1.13 milliliters. The average cost of the ink, let me double check before I quote something that I know is not accurate. The average cost of the ink is 0.43 inches, 43 cents. Costs 43 cents per milliliter. So we have a little over 43 cents of ink that's being used here. However, the plate itself was way more than that. All right, let's go press the happy button. Say a little prayer. We got this going. We are gonna press the button at the top of the machine. And hopefully I didn't just ruin this plate. Well, okay, so I'm kind of disappointed and I hope it doesn't look terrible, but you know how in the preview picture that we had seen on the computer that you could tell that there was a little bit of a reveal over here on the left? It's there. I should have trusted the camera, but at the end of the day, I'm hoping that this is going to be so cute. Are you ready for this? I don't know if I'm ready. But you can totally tell that we have, like, it's all white on this side. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. What is this? Literally, what is this? Oh my gosh. What is this? Oh my gosh. Please tell me we can get this off. I don't even care why it happened. I don't know. I just want to take it off. Oh my gosh, I'm sick.
Do you think it needed some more prep to it? Or
I prepped the shit out of it. I don't know. All right, so I reached out to my lovely crafty friends on my Discord group for the EufyMake UV printer, and I would like to preface this with, when I asked my question, EufyMake, the company themselves, said it's glass, do not do anything, just throw it away. I guess the good thing is this just shows how well it holds up. You really have to try to get it off. I am not about ready to throw away a $25 thrifted super thick glass platter. That is not me. It took 45 minutes for this thing to print too.
Okay. Give it a try, baby.
So what I did was first is I tried to grab some nail polish remover to get off the ink. I did read online and then even my friends on the Discord group, they were like, get some nail polish remover. However, my nail polish remover is acetone free, so that ain't working. The next thing that I grabbed was a heat blower thing. You can see it actually works, but would like to know the glass gets really hot. If you ever run into this situation, be very careful, because I honestly thought I was gonna make my glass explode because it was getting so hot. Thankfully, apparently, like the glass platter that I ended up spending all this money on from the thrift store ended up being like some really high quality stuff. Like it can withhold some heat. Just put myself in some kind of like torture chamber. My hands are covered in crap. My desk is just dirty. I'm just like, ugh.
So what you're saying is it's a normal Friday?
No, it's not. This is like a sort of hell I never thought I wanted to be into.
Just kidding, baby.
I don't suggest doing this though. Actually, you know what? I don't suggest ruining a UV print. I cannot believe that this happened. I'm still sick over it, actually. Well, I mean, that was exciting, right? No, it wasn't. I'm just going to print it as a sticker, and I'm going to apply that sticker, and we're going to do it that way because I am not doing that again. Absolutely not. That's not happening. So I'm going to get a sticker sheet and put it on that flatbed that I got over there. All right, now that that's done, I'm just going to press Snapshot on my software. I am so frazzled. I cannot believe that happened. I freaking know it. Why? Like I should have, I don't know. Thankfully, we know how to fix things if that happens. Well, I don't know if you were doing like something wood, you would just sand it off, I assume. At least we know how to fix things if it's on glass. Okay, come hell or high water, we are gonna get something finished and cute. At this point in time, I am so frazzled, I'll probably end up just printing this and then figuring out how I'm gonna place it on there later, because oh my gosh. That was some hard work right there. I'm gonna place this sticker right on my screen using the CMYK feature, and I'm gonna press print. I'm so frazzled. I just can't believe that I just did that to myself. I am so frazzled, but that's okay. That's okay. We are just gonna print this. It's probably gonna take the same amount of time. It was like 45 minutes for the first print. That failed. It's probably gonna take the same amount for the second print with a sticker. It's gonna work out, right? Right? Like I said, I had to take a little breather. So this is day 2 of trying to decorate my glass plate. I have the sticker. It will look like nothing's there. That's because we did color and then white. I can tell though that I got some good print, like my lettering is good. Okay, so before we do that, what we want to do is turn on the laminator. Then you want to turn this puppy on to the heating. Okay, we're going to heat this up. I was so annoyed that I picked my nail polish off yesterday. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to wait for this to heat up. And I think what I'm going to do is cut off the excess and maybe print some more stickers later. You're seeing me at my worst because at this point in time, this is the worst project that I've ever done. So I feel like, you know what? I'm giving you a really bad project. I might as well just give you the original me. One that has only had 2 cups of coffee in her. All right, so I'll put this back on my flatbed thing. I'll print some stickers when I'm done, hopefully getting a good a good glass plate. The laminator is done heating, so we're going to take this thing and we are going to put it through the laminator. I'm going to automatically take it, and I have my extra ink that's like hanging out here in boxes, so I have to kind of manually make sure it doesn't get jammed. Someone had asked me, when you do stickers, does it really waste this much plastic every time? It really does. Every single time you make a sticker sheet, you have this much wasted plastic. It's annoying, but you can't do anything about it. That's the unfortunate part. Okay, now that that is done, there is a razor blade on the back of the laminator. You just want to cut that excess off. This is the real me, the one that was frustrated yesterday with crafting and decided I needed to start my Saturday morning off, hopefully having a successful craft. Either it's going to end up ruining the rest of my Saturday or it's going to make me have a good day. Okay, so this is what the final sticker looks like. I'm just going to show you what the final sticker looks like, and then I'm going to go get my plate. I have to go wash it. But the actual sticker looks fabulous. Looks really good, I feel. This is what the other side looks like. So, I mean, the print quality is definitely a lot better. A lot better. So, let me go wash my plate, and then hopefully we'll come back and have a good final outcome. Fingers crossed. I am now on my 3rd outfit for one video. I'm getting ready to go to the grocery store. I got to make a lasagna, and my next door neighbor, she recently just had surgery like yesterday. And I'm going to make her a lasagna for dinner. Hopefully that's a good get well gift present. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so I have my plate rinsed off, and I can tell you, I think the reason why this failed is I thought that this was completely flat. When I was scraping all of that resin off, it actually bows in. Like, this right here is taller than down here. Like, there's a significant drop here, which I thought, like, as I was sitting here, like, scraping it, I was like, it's so weird. Everything that's around here turned out fine. It was everything that was inside of this that did not. And I think it's because of that drop. The same drop that I was talking about right here is going to be that same, just that small little dip in there is the reason why we had an issue. That's what I'm surmising. Don't quote me. I've never had a failed print, y'all. Had to have happened once. Humble me. It had to humble me a little bit. All right, so I have the plate here. I have a little bottle of water. What I'm gonna do is because first, I want to, I'm gonna trim off the excess a little bit on this. Okay, and then here's my sticker. The reason why I have this is because whenever I place any type of stickers like onto my tumbler, once I put it on there, it's pretty much stuck like Chuck. And I feel like I'm gonna need a little bit of wiggle room here. So look, it would not surprise me if I failed at this today too, because we already have failures. But I'm already sweating. I'm just going to mist. I don't want like a whole lot of water. I just want enough to like make it to where it's like a skating rink on my glass. So then I'm hoping the adhesive doesn't like want to grab it right away, so I have time to move it around. All right, peel the sticker off. I'm gonna stand up for this. I just have like a little bit, I re-put it on the thing with just a little bit hanging. Nope, nope, nope. I did a little bit more water because I think I'm having a little bit of difficulties. It's on there. I feel like it's on there decent, but also I did not account when I reprinted this sticker, I did not account for that bow I don't know if this is going to turn out, but I'm going to just press. This is a brayer or a scraper or whatever. If you don't have this, I always use like you could use a credit card. That's what I always tell people. Is this the correct way of doing things? I don't have any idea. And you can totally tell there's a bow. Oh, I don't know if this is going to turn out either. At least now we know if it doesn't turn out, what we need to do to get the stickers off. And because I put a little bit of water on, you can tell I can like lift up my sticker a little bit and maneuver it and push these air bubbles out. Okay, let's see what it looks like now before I take the transfer tape off. You can tell I have an air bubble right there, but we're already head above water from earlier. Transfer tape didn't want to release from the sticker because it's wet. I'm just gonna put some heat on it. Okay, that definitely helped the transfer tape want to release from the sticker. Okay, there we go. There we go, there we go. We're getting somewhere, but because it's still kind of tacked on there, I want to make sure and do this really easy around so I don't rip my sticker. I, at this point, would not say that this is probably going to be a usable plate. This is probably only going to be for decoration only, and then I just ripped my sticker, damn it. Ugh. There are so many air bubbles in this. Look at that. There's so many air bubbles. You can totally tell on this side. Let's see if I lightly blast this with heat. Will the air bubbles go away? So this is my feelings on this DIY project. It is a DIY don't even try. From afar, I'm sure from afar, you can't tell that there is any type of air bubbles in this, but if I bring it up close, you're totally gonna be able to see all those air bubbles in there. And then, unless this is going to be for decoration purposes, I just don't think that this is going to be hand wash approved or anything like that, because the sticker does not even seem like it's like really tacked on there. But at the end of the day, the look of this decal that's on the back of this is not cute at all. So I tried, and unfortunately for, I feel like the very first time, the Eufy failed me. That happened. But at least I know now how to get this dang sticker off. Also, I think I'm burning the sticker because you can see that there's some, ignore this one finger, again, peeled off my nail polish because I was irritated as crap yesterday. But you can tell on the back there is some browning in a couple areas. I think I'm burning my sticker. But at the end of the day, at least I know how to get my sticker off. Well, that's a bummer. DIY, don't try. And at least I got a good plate out of this. I'm gonna take the sticker off, and at least I got a really cool platter that I can have forever. There's the win. I'll see you later.